Hey, what's up guys, it's your boy LegendaryyPred here today. Today we're doing an Agent Smith Advanced Guide. If you guys haven't already, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you guys want me to do next, and whatever has the most likes on the comment, I will do next. Whether it's gameplay or going a little bit more in depth on some certain things that you guys want with the character. But yeah, let's get into the video. We're going to talk about his perks first. Okay, let's start off with Agent Smith's main perks. For his main perks, I would definitely use the gunshot one. The gunshot one, so basically, he always starts off with 3 ammo. But every time you shoot, you obviously lose 1. It goes 2, 1, 0. But for this one, you will always have 1, no matter, even if you have 1 left in your clip and you shoot. I think this one is just by far the best one out of all the ones that he has. 5% is okay, like you have a defense boost and a attack boost. But honestly, I don't think anything really competes with the hand cannon one. A hand cannon one is just by far the best one. This one is also when you do your down special on the ground. They basically, he throws the Matrix character at you, and then he grabs you, and then instead of grabbing them and throwing them towards you, he holds them in place so you get a little bit cooler of a combo. But I still don't think this has anything to do with hand cannon. I think this one is good for clips and stuff. I personally wouldn't do it. This one's also okay, but like I said, like, let's use hand cannon. I don't really want to talk too much about the other main perks because I just feel like this one is just outright the best one. Yeah, but let's get into perk 1. Alright, for perk 1, I just think Snowball is just the best in the game when it comes to perks. I think Snowball is the best. You get 7% more damage boost, and then if you're on ones, you get 15% more. Honestly, this one's just the best one. You like your damage with Agent Smith, and especially with the combos you get, so why wouldn't you want to do more damage off the combos you get with him? Honestly, other perks you could be used, like Thermite, this one press advantage if they're heavy characters, but honestly, just go with Snowball. Snowball is just the best. But yeah, let's get into perk number 2. Alright, now for perk number 2. Speed Force is always good. It always makes you faster. I don't think he's one of the fastest characters, so you could run this. But since he's a little bit more tanky and he's not very light compared to other characters, I would definitely use Last Stand. Every time you're over 100, you get put a weekend stack on them, and then you combo them. So you will put a quite few amount of weekend stacks when you actually do combo with him. So like I said, just use Last Stand. Last Stand is really good. If you're playing against Wonder Woman, too fast to block is pretty good. His dash attack is gun and stuff. But he also has a command throw, which I will show you later with Big's armor. So honestly, I would just go with Last Stand. I think Last Stand is the best, especially with Snowball. You're always going to be doing damage, especially whether you're low on health or you're high on health. And now when you're high on health, you have the comeback factor. So yeah, let's use Last Stand. Let's get into the third perk. Okay, and now for the third perk, I would use Pug. I think Pug is just the best. You do more damage. As you guys can tell, we basically made a damage build on everything, so this all kind of links up. You have Snowball, which makes you do 7% more. Or if you're playing 2v2s, it does 15% more. Even if you're on ones and you're by yourself, because it's kind of glitched at the moment, you get an extra 15%. Pug, you do more damage with your melee attacks. So, I mean, and if you have Last Stand, you're basically just killing everyone while you're building up damage. And Agent Smith is actually really good at building up damage. So, like I said, we're doing combos, we're putting weekend stacks on him. Just use Pug. And Guard Cancel, I wouldn't really use. He doesn't have like too many stuff that you could really use on armor cards. But if you really want to, you could. But honestly, when it comes to these 3 perks, I know I said it for every one of these perks, but I do think this is undoubtedly the best perk combination you could go with him. Hand Cannon, Snowball, Last Stand, Pug. I don't think there's any other one that can compete with this one. So if you want to maximize him like you guys do, because I'm guessing this is why you guys got the video, I would just use all 3 of these. Okay, now let's talk about the strategy I would use it while playing Agent Smith. So for Agent Smith, since a lot of his combos go into each other, like we'll get into later in the video, jab, up tilt, dare, Sarah, they kind of all combo into each other and vice versa. I will kind of hunt for those moves a lot of the time, and then I will use my Matrix person or my agent, and they're kind of just running away, standing near me, and just kind of putting pressure on them that way. If I want to read dodges after doing a sequence of attack, I would use side B. If I want to get in by jumping, I'll either do jump in there, jump in down special. Moves like that are really, really good. I just you know, jumping in on the opponent, getting some damage. That attack is pretty good. I wouldn't really use it as much as you would think when it comes to other characters on this slide, but I do think it is really good. They kind of catch your opponents off guard at certain ranges. So if you're around this area, I would kind of use it. But yeah, honestly, I would really go in with Jump Dare, because Jump Dare gives you a good combo. After that, you could, you know, we'll get into the combo section later, but you'll see, you know, we do get a little bit of a combo here. Stuff like that is really, really good. Gunshot is pretty good if you're jumping in and just, you know, kind of just feel like they're not going to attack you and do up tilt and stuff like that. This is pretty good to kind of approach. Up B, I really won't use at all unless I'm kind of trying to read my opponent, which I will talk about later on. Like if I hit someone with up tilt and I know they're going to dodge this way, it's the only way I would kind of use it. But other than that, you kind of want to always use his other buttons to go in, whether it's down air, jab, up tilt. Up tilt is really good if you're running away and people are trying to get in, jump in on you. He's probably one of the best characters at stopping people from getting in. Like I said earlier, sometimes going and using your agent to catch people, which also leads into combos, is really, really good. Stuff like that is the best moves I have. I would try and silence here and there, but I wouldn't always do it just because I feel like it is a little bit weird. But if you know they're 100% going, this move is just good just because it's a command grab. It stops people from running in with armor and all that. But yeah, that's kind of how I would use Agent Smith. Guns I would kind of use for combos, sometimes approaching in the air, but like I said, mainly later on you're gonna see the util when it comes to combos and stuff and why it's so good. But yeah, that's kind of the approach I think you guys should use with Agent Smith. But yeah, let's get into the next section. Alright guys, now we're gonna go over Agent Smith's buttons and all, you know, everything, that all his grounded buttons at the moment. So at first he has jab. Jab is really good, it's because it could combo into down tilt, which is a move that just hits down and does a little splash knockback. I wouldn't say this move is too good, just because it doesn't hit from that far, as you guys can see. You have to be kind of close to them to hit it, but you can charge it, and it does a little bit more knockback, as you guys can see. So that move's alright. Jab can also leave into up tilt. Well, this is really, really good. Up tilt is a move that kind of looks like Batman's up B, so you have this on an up tilt, which is really good. It also leads into combo routes, which you guys will see later in the video. This move is, like I said, it was really good. You also have his neutral attack, which is a command grab. So his command grab, all command grabs in this game break armor, which is really good. But it also silences your opponent, and then when you don't have silence on, it does a little bit less knockback while not silencing them. But as you guys can see, when I do have silence, it does more knockback, but also silences them, which is good. So honestly, I think this is a good move. It does more damage when it's silenced too. It's really good if someone's approaching you. You can also do it in the air, but I'll get into that in a little bit. But so if someone's approaching, you do this and they have armor, you grab them out of their armor. For his second jab I wouldn't really do. Well, I will do. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. His second jab is really good, but I wouldn't. You can cancel into up tilt or the down tilt, but it's not really that good just because it has not a lot of hits on. But if you guys are going into the jabs, you guys can go into a jab 3, which is really good. This actually ends up letting you throw your opponent, as you guys can see. If I hold forward, it makes me throw him forward. But if I make him hold back while doing it, I messed up really quick. But yeah, if I make him hold back while doing it, as you guys can see, I would turn around. This is good in 2v2s or 1v1s if, you know, your back is to the corner and then you want to make them go backwards, throw them into the blast zone, which is really, really good. In 2v2s, you can throw them to your opponent and they could get a combo off of it. Like, the move has a lot of util when it comes to it. It's just really good. His special is his gun. If you hold it, it goes a little bit further, as you guys can see. If I don't hold it, it doesn't go as far. Holding it makes it go a little bit further. It makes it always have a ground bounce. This is actually going to be very, very useful for when we have our combos later on and later in the video. Just keep in memory that this always ground bounces. No matter how you're DIing, it will always make your opponent ground bounce. So, you know, this is going to kind of lead us to a lot of his combos that he does have. His side special on the ground is him taking out his gun and kind of leaping forward. This move is actually really good when you do hit it. It has a lot of knockback. I will say it is a little bit weird sometimes because If you're next to your opponent, it has a kind of a long startup, so they kind of can just hit you out of it. And if they're jumping and moving, sometimes it is a little bit weird to kind of hit. But the range on it is very good, as you guys can see. I hit him from very far from it. I think the move is really good. You could kind of catch dodges with it and stuff when you do stuff with it. If you know they're gonna dodge a certain way. But it is a little bit slower, so I wouldn't use it unless you were doing it in the air. If you wanted to read dodges. But yeah, the move is good, has good knockback, good damage, and it goes very far. It just, you kind of can't just spam it all the time just because of how slow it is. Sometimes the opponent will just go through it and punish you. But yeah, it's a good move. For his down special now, he throws his agent at you, and if you hold it, he goes further. And he always throws you back, as you guys can tell. He basically throws him to me, so even if I was a little bit closer, he would just throw me a little right to me. So no matter how far I am, he's just gonna throw him to me if he grabs me, which is really, really good when it comes to combos. I'll show you guys later in the vid, but you guys get the jab, up tilt, and stuff like that, which is really good. Go to there, whatever you kind of want off of it, it kind of just gives you a good setup. Like I was saying earlier, if you do it with no charge, it doesn't go as far as it would typically. That one ended up grabbing him, but if I go here, it won't grab him. But if I do end up charging it, it kind of goes a little bit further. As you guys can see, this time it grabbed him. Just a really good move in general. I kind of like it. You're good for combos, good for throwing off your opponent and stuff like that when you don't want to go in. And now his up B. His up B is kind of a weird move for me. It has a good amount of knockback, but it is kind of slow. So this is the thing. But it has, if you hit it, it does do a good amount of damage and everything. It's kind of hard to hit your opponent just because of how slow it is, and they have a reticle, so they kind of know where you're going. But this move is good if you're reading dodges and stuff like that. So, you know, just doing stuff like this, and you know where they're gonna dodge. So you see how I knew he was gonna dodge for it because I have the bot to dodge for it. That's really good for getting out a kill sometimes. Honestly, I think this move is only good for reading your opponent or recovering. Other than that, I kind of wouldn't really use it. But yeah, let's get into his aerial specials. Alright, now let's get into Agent Smith aerial buttons. His aerial buttons are kind of very similar to the ones that he has on the ground. So if I say some stuff about it, they are just very similar. As you guys can tell, his up tilt is the same as it is as his up air. Still as good as his up tilt. It's fast, has good knockback, really good at chasing people. I think the move is just really, really good. Definitely one of his best moves when it comes to chasing people and having them have vertical knockback. His special is a gunshot. His gunshot is the same thing as it is on the ground, but it also does keep the ground bounce even if you are in the air with it. His side special in the air is the same thing. It's still the gun from on the ground. Still really good move for catching dodges, or if you know they're drifting away. This one still has slow startup, but you are able to control it a little bit. As you guys see, I am going down with it. And now for his down special in the air, it's him shooting a gun downward. This move I kind of like. It is pretty good at spiking too when you're off stage. It's not the best at spiking, but it's still a good move. It's also really good for stalling yourself. Let's say I'm jumping in on someone and I know someone's gonna do up tilt. I would do this and then do down special, and I kind of make them avoid their up tilt just because it's stalling me in the air. This move is good. He also has his neutral special. And neutral special is the same thing as it is on the ground, where it silences people. See, if I do it in the air, it silences. But if I don't have silence, it does not silence them, and it has a little bit less of knockback. Honestly, I think his side air is also pretty good. His side air is it's a little chop. It's actually really good when it comes to combos and stuff too, when I'll show you guys later on in the video. So, you know, a lot of his stuff does kind of add up to it, as you guys can see. And his down air is really good because it also links into under of his combos. As you guys can tell, when I was talking about his perks earlier, he is a combo machine. Down air, side air, up tilt, all kind of connect into each other, and vice versa. So they're just really good moves in general when it comes to it. His up B is the same thing as it is on the ground. If you follow people and read the dodges is good, I kind of wouldn't only use it for that. If you know someone's either gonna dodge to the right or dodge to the left, then I would use the move. Or if you know they will drift, then that's kind of when I would use it. I don't think the move is that good, but it is good if you do hit it. Like I said, does a good amount of damage. As you guys see, the 18 damage, good knockback, pretty good at killing. But I think other than that, unless you have a good read on your opponent, I kind of really wouldn't use it, just because I don't think It's just too slow to kind of be viable as much as you guys think it would be. But yeah, let's get into his combos. Alright guys, now I'm going to show you guys Aiden Smith combos. I'm going to show you little things and then I'm going to show you guys a combo when you guys all put it all together. But a lot of his things can go into almost all his moves. And his moves can go into his other moves. Like for example, jab up tilt works. Jab up tilt there works. Jab up tilt there Sarah works. So down there Sarah. It doesn't matter the order you guys do it, as long as it is combined into each other. So you kind of just have to remember that, like, okay, I hit there, so up tilt can work, I mean up air can work, now side air can work, like you kind of just have to remember that, because it doesn't matter where you start, right? So if I started with side air, oh, let me mess up. If I started with side air, I could get jab, and then I could do jab up tilt, right? And then keep going, and jab up tilt into gunshot work, which is really good. Then also you got the whole combo off of this. It is really good. They're all really good at combining into each other. His grab, if you had a teammate, you could throw this to your teammate and then you guys can do a combo off of it. Up tilt, there, side air is a good combo. All of these all work. So if I wanted to really show you guys all his combos, I could. But the thing is, jab, up tilt, there, combos, anything in the reverse order works. So like if I'm doing all these combos, I'm just doing it with one move out of the other. So just remember, down air always combos into side air, always combos into up air, jab combos into up tilt, jab combos into down tilt, there combos into side air, up air, that was I already said, side air combos into jab, let me do that, and then you go into up tilt. Like I said, they're all in the same order. But yeah, let's get into a combo that I did earlier, and I'll show you how it looks when you put it all together. Alright guys, now I'm going to be going over his gameplay. Basically everything I just showed about his strategy and stuff is basically what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, I think he's just good in general. A lot of his stuff does combo into what he wants to do when it comes into it. I don't know if I don't think he's top 5 in any regard, but having a character that combos and do everything once he finally touches you is very, very good. And if you're able to read people on what they kind of like to do, you'll probably end up feeling really good with this character. He does feel a little bit like Joker in regard, just because he is waiting for jab a lot. His up tilt is really good at stopping from people going in. Yeah, I just do think he will be a good character and a lot of fun. It's just a little bit weird when it comes to it, right? Because like I said, he does play kind of like Joker. If you guys haven't already known, I did do a Joker guide, but I'll leave that in the description down below. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the character and everything. But yeah, let's get into this match. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit hard to hit someone when you don't know exactly what they're doing. But yeah, this there is powerful, man. Like, do you not see what I just did to him? That attack, pretty good. Randomly going in. Sarah. Now I know he doesn't dodge, so I'm gonna just go for another Sarah next time. And I'm gonna throw the sandwich at him. Oh damn, I ended up missing it, but see if I can hit the combo I wanted to hit that I showed you guys earlier. Oh! Okay. Since he's running at me, I'm probably gonna start going in with this button, down stick. But yeah, I do feel like he's a lot better when people are approaching you, because his approach options are kind of lackluster, even though he does have this, and he has there and side and stuff like that. It is just like I said, a lot of his moves have setup and stuff like that, so it is a little bit weird, but I do think he's a great guy. Oh my god, I thought he would jump over it. Okay, he's out. Up tilt, I'm telling you, bro, this button is godlike if someone is trying to jump in on you. Oh damn, I was just trying to see if he would come out. Alright, call my matrix guy, and he's dead. Bro, I'm telling you, down matrix is so good when it comes to just comboing people. Like, nope. Okay, he's because honestly, no one's ready for it, especially since he just came out. Like, he's like, oh, this guy is running at me, combo. Like, look, he hit me, and I could have got a combo. if I was ready for it. But I was just a little bit off. That move has insane knockback. I mean, right now, oh my god! I mean, what a better way to finish a video, right? Like, that day was crazy. But if you guys haven't already, make sure to like this video, comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.